is gonna work. Maybe, please, come on. Stream. You're supposed to be working. It says we're on air. But... whatever. Yep, new game. Yeah.
I guess maybe I should go play Skyrim. It's like I've been wanting to, but like I just
yeah, it's
I don't
kind
know.
of that was kind of the idea behind this. Yep, there's mine. Yep.
The
There's
game.
live stream. Cool.
Okay.
Okay, well it works. Yeah, that works. Cool. Okay.
How I've played Skyrim so far is I've just done main quest. I haven't done any.
Well,
like,
here,
side
how
quests or
about
anything.
you watch the stream and then I can get you. We can get you associated into the actual game. So like, I'll let you watch the beginning of this. I'll send you a link to the stream itself. It's gonna be so weird looking at mine and then seeing it on the secondary monitor. Oh.
Yeah, because of the delay. Delay.
Yeah.
Across the border, right? Walk right into that Imperial ambush.
I'll send it to you outside.
And that thief over there. Damn you stormcloaks. Skyrim was fine until you came.
I'm level 5. When?
They hadn't been looking for you. You could have stolen that horse and been halfway to Hammerfell. You there, you and me. We shouldn't be here. It's these stormcloaks the Empire wants. We're all brothers and sisters in binds now.
Dude, I've seen this intro so many times just like everybody else. So, usually when you start Skyrim, no matter what character you're running, you want to do a, you want to get your smithing up as high as possible, as soon as possible. Which makes it to where any weapons you use, I mean, not including staffs and spells, but armor, robes, that type of stuff, it makes it to where you can upgrade them higher to do more protection.
Hey, what village are you from, Steve?
So like for example, if I'm running a tank for an example, like I'm doing on here, like a knight almost, it's almost required to get smithing up high. Like that's the first skill I aim to level up, because with that being the case, you can get your gear up to max tier. Even if you're still on steel, you can get it up to max. You're like my last playthrough, I had legendary. It was either legendary or what was it? Not exotic, but there's another tier below it. Exquisite, there it is. It was either exquisite or legendary, and then I got up to the next tier. Because depending on how high your smithing is, not only can you upgrade your gear, but you can make better tier gear. So.
Okay, so like, hold on. If you are like somewhere, right, and you have the opportunity, like say you're running like a warrior or whatever you said, if you have the opportunity to take a bow shot and get a kill, do you go for it, or do you just stay with your class?
It depends on how invested I am in my class and what type of gear I have. So like if I'm out in like the beginning area of the map, really, and I say have, you know, basic steel gear, I have a full set of steel armor, but I have like a longbow, which is like the lowest tier bow, I'm not going to take this shot, and I'll rather charge in, because the character I run an orc, which obviously is built around melee, and smithing. It gets more buffs when I do like hand-to-hand combat or melee combat in turn of long range. Whereas if you're running like a Khajiit, for an example, you get more bonuses that way, or a stealth character. It's pretty much the difference between possibly pumping out a one-hit kill or a guaranteed one-hit kill, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one can guarantee you stealth for another couple seconds in turn of the other one, but like the other one's a guarantee. I know I'm gonna be able to kill him this one easier. So let me check his gameplay. I'm gonna knock that up to. Actually, we'll knock that down to apprentice. Okay.
Oh, what?
What?
Nothing.
Just seeing it, or I'm going to the settings and all that.
No, I...
You there. Step forward. Who are you?
Orc. Body. I'm so used to Arc right now, dude. Like, with the scrollers and all that. So. This stuff doesn't really matter. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't played in so long. I haven't played a Bethesda game in so long, so I don't remember the controls. Okay, that's that. Okay.
Are you playing Skyrim as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I switched. This one.
You from one of the strongholds, Orc. How did you end up here? Captain.
I mean, if you can, I just recommend you watch this, because, like, you're still new to the game, so.
Yeah.
By orders, Captain. I'm sorry. We'll make sure your men are send. Follow the
Yeah, blah, blah. Dude, this is the longest cutscene I've ever witnessed in a game, you know, besides watching, like, all the Halo cutscenes all the way through or anything, but.
Yeah.
Like, even just to get out of this area here in the beginning, it's like a half hour. Fastest you could do it is like 27, 28 minutes. But it's like a half hour. That's like a good chunk of stuff you could do in the game in a half hour. Quickest that I've beat it, Skyrim, was in like 8 hours, 17 minutes or something like that. I had like beginning tier gear, so I had like steel gear. It was not good, but it was kind of like a speedrun. I died a lot though, like a lot, because I didn't have the potions, I didn't have the gear, I didn't have this, that, you know, to use.
Display.
My ancestors are smiling at me in fears. You say
There we go. Okay, well.
as fearless as death.
And another cool thing is if there's an enemy in the game that I really don't like and I get to kill, I get to watch the death twice.
I don't know if I want to be here right now. I'm gonna go figure out the game again. I also did a very, very bad thing.
What?
And I lost my apprentice person that follows me.
Apprentice person.
Yeah, because when you know that like person that like follows you and helps with battle.
Yeah, your companion.
Yeah, I lost him.
Which one?
The very first one you're supposed to get. I don't know her name. It was a her. Or that. It's the one that the king guy gives you after you.
Oh, Lydia. Yeah, she doesn't matter. There's memes about her everywhere. She doesn't matter. She's not even really the best one you should have with you. She's not the first one you can get either.
No.
There's one you can get back in that town, Riverwood.
Then maybe I go there because I'm not walking up the steps again because she's up there.
You can fast travel.
Uh-huh. Then
Did
I
you
have...
forget about fast traveling?
No. That's what I did till I lost her. I fast traveled
Oh.
away and...
Well, she'll eventually catch up with you. Yeah, I've done that before where I've lost companions, where I've glitched the game to where I can't get a companion to do a quest. So it just kind of like, at one point in time I was running a full set of plate armor, but my main sword that I was using, which was an ebony sword, which was kind of high for that tier that I was using, was on a companion that I used in a quest, but the companion left my service because I needed another one for a different quest. And the game kind of glitched itself because it's like, yeah, this was your current one and that's your one now, but they kind of cancel each other out, so you don't have any companion, but you do at the same time, so you can't get anybody else.
Take a look around.
So I kind of had to just run around for like the next 30 hours or something like that solo as a tank with no backup, which wasn't really too nice, but
Let's move it. That thing is still out there.
I guess I'm gonna go do some side quests. Oh.
Let me see if I can get that door open.
and so, you know what I've noticed as well, in the earlier stages, or at least in this beginning area, I don't know if you're still watching or not, but
I am.
within this beginning area, you're able to take either one of two things. Now you can probably do it differently, but from what I've noticed, you can either take all of their armor or all of their weapons.
Yeah.
Now, there's not really a bonus for either one. I would say armor would be better because there's more pieces. Thus, you can do more on your smithing skill and more, what's it called? Sale price, like you can sell it for more overall. So,
Why can I... Leather. Do I not have... I thought...
also as a recommendation, every potion you come across, you're going to want to take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, grab every potion. Whether you're going to use it or not, you just never know if you're going to use them in the long run. Same with ingredients. Even if you're not going to use them, some quests require certain things. Like one of them, for Balaman, you have to get them fire salts. And you just get those by killing Antronox, really. It's nothing special. But as well as down here in this area, this is something you can only really do at the beginning. And you can get this item elsewhere, but it's like there's certain things in these little areas that you can get to boost your character up a little bit. So like one of them I just got were bracers, which are basically wrist armor, that you really only get off of that one guy. I mean, yeah, you can get the gloves, the gauntlets off of the storm cloaks, but it does one less protection than the normal ones do, than those ones do. As well as this guy in the cage over here. You don't actually have to pick the lock at all. You just kind of like can search him right through there and get all the stuff that way. But picking the lock is good. You can get lock picks off of them, either one of them, you know, they give them to you.
Yeah.
And then as well as the knapsack right here, you get them. But you don't want to grab them out of that sack until they give them to you, or else they won't give them to you.
See if you can get it open with some picks.
See, there's 12 there, and then I forget how much you get out of this. 4, which is better than nothing. So, I suppose you always want to sneak when you're doing a lock. just because it gives an added bonus, or an added chance for the skill to go up a little bit more than it would normally. And then, this is that item I was talking about. His hood actually provides armor. Now most, what's it called? Most hoods in the game don't actually provide armor. And they're just kind of there for effect, but you see his hood actually provides 14 armor, which is more than the helmet I have equipped at the moment. So, and it looks pretty cool in my opinion. See, like the novice hood gives no armor, but it gives like magical increase. But this actually provides armor, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there's also gold in the one of the cells next to you as you run down through here, but it's nothing of super importance. Skeletons also provide a bone meal, which is an ingredient, but they usually have gold on it as well. So, sorry, go ahead.
Is there like a certain place you want to be selling stuff at? Because
it depends on what you're selling. Weapons and armor usually want to sell to blacksmiths, obviously because blacksmiths. But anything else, really, no, it doesn't matter. Like general stores work good as well, but yeah, there's no really distinct place you want to be selling stuff besides specialty items. Anything stolen, you're gonna want to sell to a fence through the Thieves Guild. If you don't know where any of those are, it's probably because you're not in the Thieves Guild yet. But yeah, you learn about them through the Thieves Guild. I do recommend the Thieves Guild if you're doing a self character is the #1 thing you go to. Then you can go do the other factions after that. Thieves Guild has one of the best quest lines in the game, actually, so it's pretty cool. And then also in here, you get the option to take the longbows. You don't want to do that because you get given not only arrows but a longbow from Advar here.
Okay.
And then, I know I'm just filling your head with information here, but there's a lot to know, a lot to learn on this game.
Yeah.
So if you see this bridge in front of me, what you can actually do with this is if you run across it, you'll hear like rumbling and jumbling and all that. Right there. If you run back to the bridge and it breaks, and go underneath of it, there's a little tunnel way down here, a little bit extra stuff for you. Healing potion, you get gold off the skeleton, and then a coin purse. Yeah, there's a lot of little tidbits like that in a lot of the caves. You see, you come right out and he follows you. Cause a lot of the time, if you run ahead of him, it doesn't trigger the checkpoints, and he won't give you the items or the gear that you're supposed to get. So. Coin purse there, and then spiders up here. The small ones are 1 hit, the big guys 2 or 3 hits.
Okay, so
What's up?
As soon as I could, I bought a horse. Is that no?
It's A or nay. It's really one of those things that depends on your patience. Me, I usually don't buy a horse until I kind of need them. Like, so when you go up to the third of the world, or you start going across, like, the mountains in the southern part of the map, the southern and the semi-northern part of the map, that's really when you need a horse, because there's kind of a glitch in the game where horses are able to, like, climb vertical angles.
Yeah.
So, yeah. As well as you can get the quote-unquote Dragonborn helmet by coming in here. You know, the iron helmet. The frills on the sides, but...
I'd rather not tangle with her right now. You might be able to sneak by. Just take it nice and slow, and watch where you step. Or if you're feeling lucky, you can take this bow.
As well as on this part, normally it gives you a check on, like not a check, but a, what's it called? Like a perk increase on either one of the skills you do. either archery or sneaking, which really don't help me either way. So, but you're able to get both of them if you do it correctly. Yes, I didn't get that one, but what I can do is get the archery one. Maybe. Or not. Okay. No, thanks, Skyrim.
What the crap?
But like Archon here, you don't want to really get rid of anything, because everything can and probably will be sold eventually. So.
Yeah.
And or upgraded, even. So. Yeah. And then there's the dragon, Alduin, the endgame boss, or his... I count Mirak as the endgame boss, but that's a DLC thing.
Yeah.
Alduin's not hard to kill. Even on the legendary difficulty, he's not hard to kill. You just have to get the right gear and know the right combos and stuff. And by that, I mean you need to know how to, like, do the stun attack, hit him with an effect, you know, say fire for an example, which really doesn't do anything, but hit him with an effect or something for extra damage, and then you start whamming on him. But you could probably have full dragon gear by the time you get into his fight, or at least I did. I was level 87 by the time I beat the endgame boss. And I started the... Not really. I mean, there's no max level in the game, I don't think, or at least not anymore. The old max level used to be like 50 or something like that before DLC came out. But unlike other games, the level doesn't really determine your skill. Because, like, yeah, you could also go out and get like super tank gear and all this early on, and you could just wreak havoc. You could be level 1 fighting level 8 enemies or level 25 enemies, right? Level isn't really told to you, but like it's something that's kind of implied. So, another good thing to do is to come up here to Ember Shard Mine, take all these guys out, and as early as possible, get all the iron out of here. Because there's a little, not really a smithing glitch, but like there's a spell in the game that allows you to, more or less, how do I put this? It lets you turn iron into silver and silver into gold, and then that's where the smithing skill tree comes through. Like, heavy, because the higher tier material you craft with, the more points you can do your smithing skill. So if you're using all that gold, the gold ingots that you get, because you convert ore, you don't convert ingots, which kind of sucks, but you can use all of the iron, ore you get to go into gold, and then turn all those into rings, which thus converts it into a higher tier crafting, not skill, but like points that you get into your skill in turn of, say, making a ton of daggers like the old strategy was, you know? So
yeah,
I just need to find a pit. There we go.
honestly, I have no clue what I'm doing right now. Like, I don't know. Hold on. Go back.
So no, iron ore, the weight usually isn't a problem in this game. Once again, it's one of those things really kind of depends on your character and your build. Because like me as an orc, I start with like 300 carry weight, which isn't a lot, but it isn't also like a little itty bitty amount. So, like if you run a stealth archer, you're probably going to start with max 270. 255, 270, so in between that area. So, oh dude, I gotta use the sensitivity on this game. Oh, well, I feel slow now because I can't jump.
Why isn't it jumping?
No, cause I went to jump onto that bridge, and it just didn't. Like it just dropped. And it's like, oh, okay, thanks, game. So another thing, people think you always have to spend all your points right as you get them. You don't. I tend to kind of save up points even. Peril. Where's that? There it is. Iron Shield, as well as killing the bandit chief at the end of this cave, usually rewards decent tier of gear. Whether it's the current tier, your current highest tier piece of gear that you have now, or the next tier of gear that you have. So it's one of the two, usually.
Mm-hmm. Okay, can I just like fast travel here now? Is that how that works? Yes, I
Major
can.
level will be what's worth more maces are 35, swords are, get rid of that. 65, 55, 45, get rid of one of those. And I'm back underweight. Some stuff also, because you're not always going to get what stuff is worth. Well, you won't get what stuff is worth, let me just say that.
I've noticed that.
So, like, if a sword's worth 40, you're not going to get 40 out of it. Not right away, at least. You're going to have to get your speech skill up super high, or be talking with somebody who is, like, part of your faction or something like that to get a better percentage. And you can actually get more for your gear than what you're supposed to. Through overstacking or doing like a restoration glitch or something like that. And by overstacking, I mean getting something that's over like 100%.
Yeah. I have armor that I'm never gonna use.
Well, what you're gonna want to do is put it in a chest, store it somewhere. Yeah, store it, put it in a chest. Just don't. No reason to carry it around with you. Even if you have to put it in like a box, like a random box somewhere, do that. But don't do it for too long, because eventually your stuff will delete. Your stuff will delete. That's what I learned. I had all of my gear, all of my, like, I had an ethereal shield in there and everything. Like, high tier gear, quest gear, in a storage chest. Like, just a barrel outside of the stables in Whiterun. And it just deleted all of it, just one day, poof, all of it's gone. And I'm like, oh, that's great. I'm glad I just spent 40 hours getting all that gear for it to just poof, delete.
Yeah.
You know? That's nice. So...
gotta figure out how to play this game again. Jeez Louise.
But the nice thing is, and this is why I think a lot of people play the game, is there's no linear path. There's no linear, like, yeah, there's a storyline, but it's not like, yeah, you have to do this now, and you can only do this now. No, it's usually like, yeah, you can do that if you want, or you can just come over here and do this in turn, you know? It's up to you, it's your game. Nope, wrong button. I keep going to third person thinking it's crouch.
Yeah, that's what I
Because of arc. Oh my god. Dude, I feel so slow right now. I forget the combinations for like I forget the lock picking combos and everything. Oh. Look. Peril, that. That's worth 75. Get rid of that. What are those worth? 25. I could drop like 3 of those to get me underweight. Oh, but of course there's more iron, so that's not gonna work. Okay. Well, nothing says I can't come back.
back. I can actually play the game because I actually remember kind of how to now.
That we can get rid of. That we can get rid
Is it
of. What?
is it worth keeping like gems and stuff?
Yes. Always. You always want to keep gems. Whether you use them as a levy instead of gold. See, like, you hit a certain point in the game where you're kind of just like, yeah, I've done everything, I have nothing else to do. So you go out and you try to upgrade random skills. So, like, pickpocketing is one of them that people usually tend to do that with. With that being the case, you want to take stuff that's worth more valuable, or put stuff that's more valuable on enemies, you know, or players. I mean, not players, AI in the game. With that being the case, you can use gems for an example. Because if you have like 70 amethysts and you're never going to use 70 amethysts, just use them for that. Like, why not? There's no point not to. No, it doesn't look like I got a bandit chief down here. That's kind of weird, but whatever. Unless I completely went around and missed them, but I got a decent chunk of iron out of that, iron ore. So you also don't want to convert. I mean, if you're gonna do this, of course, you don't want to convert iron ore into iron ingots. I mean, it's a 1-to-1. Yeah, if you need it, go ahead and do it. But I recommend you just kind of buy it in turn. If you really need it that badly, just go out and buy it. There's no point in wasting the chance to make, say, 1,000 gold in turn of spending 100, or going out and losing that 1,000, but you're getting a payout of 500 out of it, you know? And then crafting materials like leather and all types of metals you want to keep. Pelts, it depends on what type of pelt it is, because like wolves give out a 1-to-1 pelt to leather, but like say deer or like not wolves, deer or bear or something like that, they give out like a 3-to-1 or a 4-to-1 even sometimes. So sometimes it's better just to keep it in its original state, like a bear pelt. If I'm almost overweight and the bear pelt weighs 1 pound, well, each leather weighs 1 pound as well. So it's also kind of like you're an impasse. If you need leather to do that, to do whatever you need to do, then go ahead and do that. But if you need your weight to stay down because you don't have a house or you don't have some more place to store it, then go ahead and do that as well. So blah 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 blah.
Okay. This game is very confusing.
It's, yeah. There's a lot of background information you need to know prior to doing certain things. Like, I'm getting the first companion, Fendel, or Sven. Fendel's better, because it's a combat role. Sven's kind of just annoying. And so, just so I can get the items out of it, I'm gonna do this real quick, and then I can already get a companion. Oh crap, wait, I want to get him before he goes inside.
I swear I've already been down here and finished this, but maybe not.
Okay, shut up and just give me the crap, dude. I'll take that. Cool. We go in here. I also don't like to trigger certain certain quests, even if you could turn them in without triggering them, because it just makes it too cluttered on my menu. Like, for example, the Golden Claw quest, you don't have to trigger that before you turn it into him. So you could just walk up to him and be like, hey, I heard you lost something. Here, is this it? Yeah, okay, quest done. And you don't have to have the extra quests on your menu as clutter. You know? So.
Maybe if only Camilla shared my...
Okay. There we go. I got a companion already. And I just basically walked into the first town.
Yeah.
So, as well as another thing, if depending on who you follow out of, Helgen, if you follow the Imperial guy out, the guy with like the metal on his shoulders and whatnot, Hadvar, you can use. Not only can you use a forge, I mean you can use a forge anyways, but you can use all the materials that spawn at the forge as well. So the 5 steel and the 5 iron. But if you follow the other guy out, I haven't really done that too much. To my information, I think you get like crops or something like that, like something stupid that's not really usable, or not really, how do I put this? Worth it, if that works. So, yeah, one of those, I'm gonna need a full set of this. You don't really get anything that's worth it. Yeah, out of it. So, what's that? It requires iron as well. I forgot I already had iron on me. Cool. And then we come over here to upgrade. I need all the steel because I have multiple steel weapons on me. Come over here, we upgrade my personal that I'm using, which should be the sword. And then whatever's worth more. So that's 55, 65, 18, 35. So that. And then these. 18, 35. And then, yep, okay, there we go. There's that. Then we come over here. Do the leather real quick. I'm gonna burn through all this leather anyways, so I might as well just turn it all into it. There's 6 there.
Is that a one-handed or two-handed? Oh, yeah, that's a two-handed.
It's also a thing you can do. It's kind of not really glitch, it's an exploit that you can do if you're overweight, where you basically just, if you crouch with a bow out, and then you, like, prime an arrow in it, if you're overweight, you walk quicker. It basically forces the game to make you walk quicker. So if you just check what I just did on the stream, it primes you to move quicker, which is nice. So... pickaxe, then in apparel.
Do you want to use fine stuff? Do you want to make your stuff fine?
Yeah, because it increases the armor rating on it.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about, where smithing skill comes in. Because it goes to fine, then it goes to superior, then it slowly goes up the scale on how good the gear is.
Okay.
But everything has a max limit it can get up to without, you know, doing like exploits and glitches and whatnot. So...
And I'm assuming you don't play with mods. Yes.
I mean, I have, but not at the moment. This character isn't modded whatsoever. So.
Oh yes.
Lead on.
And then another cool thing is when you get Fendel as a companion, or Sven, you can go and use their houses, basically. I mean, it doesn't count as your property, but you can use their houses. And another bonus, or another added effect of that is, I only do this on Fendel's house because it's kind of in the back. If you don't have the key to it, you can lockpick it, and it's an apprentice lock. And you can get your lockpicking skill up a little bit higher every time you come back and do the pick. The skill check, by picking it, thus increasing your skill slowly over time. But if you get caught or something like that, you're not breaking the law because it's your companion's house. So, as well as you could pretty much just ransack the whole building if you really want to, but there's only certain items in here that I'm looking for, like the arrows. I can get that later. The arrows, the two saber cat pelts that are up there, the hunting bow, the rest of these arrows, that banded iron shield, that, not that, and that iron helmet, as well as potions, but only one of them in there is really worth it. A lot of random stuff spawns in his actual house, in the chest at least. Same thing with food, but I don't really take too much food unless it's something worth a lot. Like wheels of cheese are worth like I think eight coins. So if you get like 30 of them, you get to sell them all for a decent chunk of money. Same thing with there's one mission for the Thieves Guild, and I only do this to get the money out of it. But you can get a ton of honey brew mead, and honey brew mead is worth I think I saw my inventory actually. Let me see what it's worth. It's worth 20 per bottle. Okay. Now that isn't a super big amount. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have. It's not a crap ton that you're actually gonna get out of it, but it's still better than nothing, and it's a ton of free stuff that you can get as well. It's technically stealing, but it isn't at the same time because nobody's looking. And it's for a quest line that you can never get back into that area once more. So, yeah. What's the... Do I have equipped full iron armor? Is that better? Yes, that is better. So I don't have anything equipped at the moment. Iron shield 25-24, so banded iron is better. Steel sword.
Where am I trying to go right now? I'm so lost. I need to go to the complete other side.
Other strips of firewood. I don't have any leather, of course. So just so I can get stuff out of my inventory, I'm just gonna go sell it even before I upgrade it. Usually it's not what you want to do, you want to sort and then upgrade it, but I really don't care at this point. It's like I haven't ever hit this point before, so. Those are worth nothing, those are basically worth nothing. I'm gonna save those, and then...
I see what has to be done. Just like another thing that I want to get back into, like this is like completely off topic right now, but like I want to get back into battle royales because there's
Gotcha.
I don't know why. I just have the need for battle royales.
And we're gonna de-equip that and just go straight over this way and start the companion's quest line for the armor. And we need the mud crab stuff for potions later on. I need something from mud crabs for the potions. I know that. I think it's the legs. Something like that. Whatever.
Yeah. Crap. how are you meant to do that? Like, I get how you're meant to do that, but like...
113 and 305. This was another thing. This is really just an ordering thing, basically, but you can... What I usually do is, if you know how you're going to play the storyline, there's certain things you can do prior... Yeah, if I'm going to do it that way, I don't need to come up here at all. Well, yeah, I do. There's certain things you can do to, like, prep for a mission. So, like, for example, one of them is you have to come up here and get the Dragonstone. Okay. Now, I'm not going to turn in the Dragonstone, because that'll trigger the main quest line to basically skip a quest or two, and I won't get the XP out of it. But I'll already have the location discovered, so when I need to actually come up here to do it, I'll already have it here, and I'm going to go through and clear it, but I'm not going to clear the end boss. With me doing that, or if I do, I'm not going to turn in the mission requirement even. With me doing that, next time I go through it for the actual mission, it'll trigger higher tier stuff to spawn with better drops. So I think I'm just going to go and discover the location, then go through and do companion's work. Because I'm not going to be back here for a while. Oh, shut up.
Never should have come here.
How the crap are you meant to do this? Jeez Louise, wait, hold on.
What is it?
I don't know, it's like, I don't even know how to explain it.
That doesn't
These
help.
stones are lighting up, right? And it opens gates. And I can't get through the gates.
3 stones, you're doing Horny Jurgen Windcaller, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you hit each stone, then whirlwind sprint through the door.
Ah, yes. I forgot I had that. Big dumb.
See, the quests like that, for an example, where it's based around certain things like that, like, I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but when it's a quest based around the shout skill tree, basically, or the shouts, you're gonna need to use the shouts once or twice through there. Now, maybe not for everything, but you're gonna need to use them once or twice. So if you can't figure something out, go look through your shouts menu and be like, oh yeah, there's that, I could do that, cool. Let's see, Warhammer, studded armor. And at most dungeons, the inside takes longer to clear than the outside does. So, if you go into a dungeon, for an example, like let's use Bleak Falls Barrow as an example. If you go into the actual dungeon and clear it, it's gonna take, say, a day or two longer, like a day or two in game, longer for the inside to be reset and turn like the outside. So I could come back here once or twice and kill all the enemies outside before I could go inside and kill all the enemies again. See, there's level 3 already. I'm just gonna stack that perk up. Actually, no, let me get into steel smithing so I can go through and get a full set of gear. So now I have the opportunity to, when I get into actual Whiterun, I have the opportunity to go through and make myself a full set of steel armor, which I count as tier 3 basically.
I think that's what I already have. I think I already have full steel armor.
But see now, what level
No, I
are
have
you?
full iron.
Yeah, I have full iron as well. What level are you?
6.
Yeah, I'm 3. I just turned 3, so. Yeah, I know.
I just turned 3.
If I said 4, I would have to be Zach, so.
Yeah.
But I could probably go through, depending on, like I said, depending on your smithing skills, depending on what type of gear you can get. Certain sets of gear you can kind of just skip over. Usually I just skip over iron. I mean, yeah, I wear the helmet because you can get that super early on, but usually I just skip over it. Because I'm able to get steel so quickly. But you're also able to skip over, like, scaled, for an example. Certain types of armor, really, if you just kind of want to have them. Elven you can skip over, or at least the heavy set. The heavy set of Elven you can skip over. The light set's pretty useful, but yeah, you could Daedric you can usually skip over. Ebony you can usually skip over. Or if you skip Ebony, you have to go to Daedric. If you skip Daedric, you have to go from Ebony straight to Dragon. So it's all dependent on preference of what type of gear you want to use. Yeah, I don't have a bow on me. Oh, of course they kill it right as I get here. But I can search it still.
If only I actually used spells.
You still want to equip them. As in use them. Because there's no point in wasting them. Because what if you don't get it again for a while?
That's why I'm here, with my shield brothers.
But, like, I just got an iron helmet of illusion. Like, I'm
Yeah,
never
you can.
gonna use the fact.
You're right, but if you need levels, for an example, or if you want to get your enchanting up, which I recommend because you can make some pretty sick gear with enchanting, you go to an enchanting table and you can learn the enchantment off of that, thus getting your enchantment skill up a level or 2, and that causes your actual level to go up a level or 2. A level or so. I wouldn't say 2, but a level. Maybe. So you always want to keep stuff like that. Even if you're not going to use it, selling it is still, like, enchanted gear is worth a crap ton.
Yeah. 500 off of that one thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're not getting 500 out of it.
Yeah.
But so let me go discover Whiterun like the actual Whiterun and not the stables, because usually I only hit the stables and I go right to Dawnstar, but it's, you know, I don't cheat or use mods on like actual playthroughs. I do use exploits though, and I don't mean like the stupid ones that make your base game weapons do like 10 million damage or something like that. I mean, like, yeah, you can get some extra gear by doing this and this and this in this order, or you can go out there and do this mission before that one, and then it just, you know, gives you a better chance of getting that mission done or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if I help person A, person B will die quicker because person A will help me, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
But if you're, I feel as if you're able to access them in the game, it's not cheating. Unless it's like a cheat room. Like the Q smoke room, which is in the game, that's pretty much, that's cheating, really. But
Pay whatever it takes, but we must have more.
what do I have steel wise? Nothing. Great. I do have a conundrum ingot, so I can upgrade. Nope, not that. I can upgrade the shield.
Oh yeah.
Apparel. Go up and equip that one.
I I'd sooner
Got
bend
some
my
good
knee to
pieces out
Holmes.
here if you're looking to buy. More inside.
Do that. Let's see how much steel we need for a full set of armor.
That's that then.
There's 4 ingots there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's it. Okay, so 11 steel. We need a decent chunk of iron as well. Before I do that, let's go back to these stables and go to Dawnstar real quick. As well as your tips that'll pop up on your loading screens will basically be, well, tips for whatever mission you have equipped or stuff that you'll come across soon in the game. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people just think it's random dialogue that they throw into the game, but it's actually stuff to help you. It's a tip menu type thing. Not what I meant to do. I meant to jump there. But okay. Great.
Still here. What do you want me to carry?
You can take both of them. So this will weigh me down a decent chunk.
Let's get going then. Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Giddy up.
Moscow. Oh, jeez Louise. What is this? Oh.
I completely forgot how slow the characters move on here. Like, me sprinting is so slow, dude. And it's not like you can increase it. This isn't Oblivion where you get your acrobatic skill up and you can jump 40,000 feet in the air. Because that was actually a skill on Oblivion. That. That. There's the iron ore, and sugar, soul gems, more soul gems. The steel that I was looking for, and then potions.
This isn't over. I catch you sending one letter to Jet.
Why do I need to?
By the divines, I'm tired.
So like, I just did a smithing thing, not a smithing, an enchanting thing, and I got my enchanting up 8 levels, and then my character up 1 level. So,
You know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim?
okay, you wanna get out of the way, dude? Please? Like,
I'm so confused.
Every piece polished to a fine.
what?
Well, I did that whole cave thing, right?
Which cave?
Talk to Rusty.
The horn of whatever.
Yeah, Horn of Jurgen Collar. And then you got the note, right? Okay,
And then I put
so,
an X over the.
starting
wait,
town.
hold on.
Oh, the X over the quest. Yeah, you failed the quest. That's how that works. You're supposed to.
Okay. Well, then it brought me to the Giants Inn thing.
Yeah.
And now I talked to the lady, and then all it gives me is to rent a room.
Yeah, you rent a room. You rent the
I
attic
did.
room. Okay, then you go
Not
in the
attic
room.
Okay. No.
You go into the room, and then you do whatever it tells you to do next. When I said the
Well, I
game's
didn't.
not linear, it's not linear in where you can go. It is linear in what you have to do, though.
Well, I just rented the normal room,
They say Helgen
and
Is that what the note said?
no, I didn't read the note. I didn't think I had to.
Well, that's not what the mission said, actually. What about all your steel? That's a lot of steel. I need like, what, 13, I think? Let's say 13 is a safe number.
Don't forget to check inside the shop.
And then I need to use the tanning rink. Get some leather, make some leather strips, get some more leather. Nope, not that side, I want the shoulders.
That's some
Oh, and of course I can't make anything else. Cuffed boots, I need another iron ingot. More
I
leather
don't claim
strips.
to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Norland Greymane's got that on me. Man's steel is legendary. All I ask is a
So
fair
make
chance.
8 strips and go turn this into that, and then spit boom spat. I need to buy iron, not smelt it. That's right.
Have you met my father? Take a look. I'll take my leave then.
Boots,
I help my
horned helmet, and then Nordic gauntlets. There we go. What's the shield?
You think all the counsel my father provides the Jarl is his
27.
Let's just say I advise the advisor and leave it at that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 3 more.
Out with it. Take a look.
Yeah.
I'll take my leave then.
See, I'm already able to make gear superior. So like I have a full set of superior steel at the moment. At level 4.
Mhm.
Good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. The finest weapons and armor.
And just buy more steel off of her. Let's buy 2, because I know we have 2
Don't forget to check inside the shop.
heavy
Watch your back.
hammers. 2 war hammers, I should say. 2. And that's whatever.
Keep going then.
Weapons right there. Okay, I need 1 more steel then.
I don't claim. Out with it. The finest weapons and armor.
I think steel is some of the best armor in the game, or at least this type of steel.
Mhm.
Which is also the Imperial stuff, and I mean, it looks alright, but it looks too like gladiator, you know?
Mhm.
Until next time.
But this set looks nice. The helmet and the full gear.
Do you get to the Cloud District very
Oh
often?
my god, it just looks very Nordic. That's what I like about it. Yeah, okay, I already equipped the shield.
Brigands, I can handle. Let's talk of dragons.
I need to go grab food here in a second.
Those two at it again? Come on now. Watch the This should be good. Thought I still hear the call.
A stranger. Would you now? Yes, perhaps. A certain strength of spirit.
Master, you're not truly considering accepting him.
I am nobody's master, Lucas. Last I checked, we had some empty beds in your vessel for those with a fire burning in their hearts.
Apologies. Thought perhaps this isn't the time. I've never even heard of this outsider.
Sometimes the famous come to us. Sometimes men and women come to us to seek their fame. It makes no difference. What matters is their heart.
And their arm.
Of course. How are you in battle? That may be so. This is Vilkas. He will test your arm. Vilkas, take him out to the yard and see what he can
I...
Okay, come on, let's go. This is the one thing I hate on this game is follow missions. Because people move way
fresh blood.
too slow.
Mm.
Like I'm borderline walking right now. This guy's like almost in a full sprint. And it's just too
Exactly.
slow. And then when they
Not
load in
good.
at funky places, it just doesn't work out for some reason.
I'll meet you there. Because I am not going to kill another dragon right now.
Why not?
Because I'm
The
on,
old man
I don't
said
know.
have a look at you. So, let's do this. Just have a few swings at me so I can see your form. Don't worry, I can take it.
Never should have come here.
Ah, great.
Slow to me.
Pretty good arm you have there. Over here. Not quite good. You're mine.
This is the one thing I hate about this mission. Because I have to attack one of their guys, right? One of the companions. But it starts all out combat with everybody. If there's other people out there, everybody attacks you. Because the system makes it to where you're in combat with everybody else. But it also makes it to where your companion is as well. So everybody just kind of fights. And it just doesn't work. Yeah, load this save data.
If you wish to hunt with me, your feet
Still here.
quick and your eyes quick.
I'll head back home if you need me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you will. Go. Bye-bye.
Go. Bye-bye.
All these young ones stand.
Worried
Oh
one
my
of them's
god.
gonna
I
take
swear to
his
god, if this starts combat with everybody
Let me
again.
try. That's not what I'm worried about.
So wait,
The
what's the
old man
difference
said
between the
have a
two
look at
types of
you.
golds?
So, let's do this.
What do you mean?
Just have a few swings
Like,
at
what's
me so I can see
Alvor?
your form.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm
Don't
done.
worry,
I'm
I
done.
can take it.
I'm dumb. I'm really dumb.
Not bad. Next time
No.
won't be
I want to die because I want this thing to kill me.
so easy. Now,
Kill me.
still a
They-
whelp to us.
Oh my.
So you do what we tell you. Here's my sword. Go take it up to Yorland and have it sharpened. And be careful. It's probably worth more than you are.
You did damage to me before. Damage again! Why? Oh.
What brings you here? I'm guessing you're the newcomer.
What am I doing? Oh yeah.
Oh, don't worry too much.
Here.
Don't always just do what you're told.
What's that? And where did I get that?
Arnak is
What
the
the
Harbinger,
crap?
and he's a sort of advisor for... Not at... My name is Eorlin Greymane. I work this... I have a favor to ask. I've been working on it. My wife is in mourning, and I need to get back to her. That's a good man.
My only problem with this, besides the follow missions, is there's a lot of back and forth stuff, and it's not that I have a problem with how the game does it, 'cause it doesn't do it in the sense of, oh yeah, go there, do this, go there, do this, go there, do this, unless you're doing the repetitive quests on purpose, but
Oh, I'm just a servant.
it's just the
You wanted to
logic behind it, that everything in the games, yes, it's supposed to be unique, there's a whole fleshed out world, this, that, but it's also in the sense of,
Ah, good.
yeah,
I've
there's a
been
lot
waiting
of
for this.
contingencies
I remember you.
in this fleshed
So
out
you're
world.
the
A lot
man
of stuff that
who's
just kind of
supposed to
overlaps that
fight.
shouldn't overlap,
Know this one?
and a lot of the stuff has similarities, you know, that they probably shouldn't.
I heard you gave him quite
Yeah.
the thrashing.
Don't let Vilkas
So,
get you safe.
Do you think you could handle Vilkas in a real fight? Ah, a man of action. Here, let's have Farkas show you where you'll be resting your head.
Here. I'll be back in a minute. I gotta go grab some food.
Did you call me?
Of course we did, Ice Brain.
Be careful.
This new blood where the rest of the world sleep.
New blood. Oh, I remember you. Come on, follow me. Skjor and Ayala like to tease me, but they're good people. They challenge us to be our best.
I've been tending to the warriors at your basket.
Nice to have a new face around. It gets boring here sometimes. I hope we keep you. This can be a rough life. The quarters are up here. Just pick a
dude,
bed and
this
fall in it
is
when you're
so
tired.
boring.
Telma will keep the place clean. She always has. Huh? By the way, if you're looking for something to do, we've gotten a letter about someone needing some muscle right here at White Hold. I don't know what the fight is about, and that's not our business anyway. I just need you to go out there, look tough, and scare this milk drinker into submission. No more than that. I don't want to hear about a killing, understand? Try not to get carried away.
Okay, well, I'm just going to take a breather for a minute. I'll be right back. I am back. Sorry, I boot that. I just had to go out and get some food. They here for some pizza, so we can't cut. The crust piece, there it is. I think on that note, I'm probably gonna end up calling the stream. I know we haven't been going for a super duper long time, but some stuff's come up as well, so I think this will be it. I will continue this whenever, you know, whenever we get back to it.